High frequencies, everyone. I want you all to vibe with me for a little bit. And some things that I have been pondering over in my mind for a while. And it's starting to connect. And so I received more insight in my dream last night. So in our mind, our consciousness, everything is a vibration. Everything is a vibration. It is the disturbance or the energy that taps into either the ethers or nothingness, that creates either light or sound waves. And those light and sound waves create, and those vibrations also create consciousness, the all consciousness, the mind of the all. And we are pieces of that consciousness, right? Which is a vibration. It comes from a vibration, that energy that is connected with nothingness or the ethers or the triple blackness or whatever you want to call it. So the consciousness vibration, when we everything that we experience is light and sound in this reality in a very dense form. And that's why we have the projection out, and it's also a little bit difficult for some people to practice telepathy. And telepathy is really only waves. It's vibration signals, and you interpret those vibrational signals, or the vibrations. You're really just picking up on those waves, the vibration, that disturbance, those waves in the consciousness of someone else. And so in the dream last night, there was several parts of it. Snakes. I had a friend of mine, she had a snake as a pet, and it was around her, and she was like, I have to, learn how to, grab it. And she's like, she had her thumb on top of the head and her other hand under the neck, and she was like, I gotta learn how to, grab it and hold it. And that energy, she said, that imprints on a snake where it recognizes who you are, and it won't try to, bite you. Like, it'll know who you are when you do that. It's a command. And before I go deeper into the dream, I've also come to the realization that in my dreams, I'm not hearing sound. I am interpreting vibrational signals. And that's what's going on. Because I'm just like, I know people are communicating with me. There's a communication, but everything is on a higher frequency. It's not like we're talking here. It's like, I know talk is going on there. And another thing that's going on is that I wouldn't say talk is going on, communication is going on there. And it's a telepathic communication. Sometimes I can't even see one's face. I just know their energy of who they are. I know their vibrational signal. I don't need to see a face because I know the vibrational signal of the individual. And in this reality, that vibrational signal and their consciousness has been projected out into a dense physical matter. But there, I don't have to see a face, anything. I just know this is who you are. And so, yeah, that happened. So, yeah, it was an event. It feels like it was a different timeline because in the dream it was Labor Day. And I was over to her house and they had this party going on. I was like, it's supposed to be a day of relaxation and y'all worked to create this big old party. I mean, outside had everything going on. She had me come around the back. And she was upset about something. It was something she was upset about. I'm not quite sure. Yes, she wanted to go out of town. And another friend of ours was there. She was going out of town. She was taking her son to Disney World. And she had invited her to bring her and her children with them. And she was so excited. She was so happy. She was like, thank you for inviting us. We don't have to be here. I don't have to try to figure it out. We can go with you. And then that's when she showed me the snake. So the dream goes from there to the airport. And I'm going to Atlanta. It feels like, I'm not sure if it was my sister's essence or a friend. I'm not quite sure. But we're zooming to the airport. We're taking the back way in. And we get there, check my bags and everything. And I'm looking for my purse. I had a clutch. And I don't see it. And I told her, I think it was taken at the other stop and the lady didn't give it back when I went through the other part of customs or whatever to get the checkpoint. And I had my license in there, my keys to the house, and some other things. And I was just like, I gotta get it. I gotta go get that. So the dream shifts where I'm traveling with this group of people and we're going up we're traveling through, it's almost like it was a rainforest, or it's just different. I'm not quite sure. We had to go through these different how can I put it? Oh gosh. It was just different places in this area to get to this house. There were obstacles. That's the word I'm looking for. So these different obstacles going around in order to get into this house. And then we get to these stairs, and these stairs elevated all the way up. And it was 27 levels. I remember the guy that was next to me. I don't even know who he was. I don't recognize his vibrational signal. But in this reality, I don't. But there, he was someone who was a part of my group. He possibly could be somebody who was part of my soul tribe. And so we're going up these steps, and I was like, at first I didn't want to get on it because the steps were kind of like an escalator. They were moving. And I get on the escalator or the steps that they didn't even look like an escalator. They weren't metal or anything. They were really steps, but they were still kind of moving. And then they were elevated all the way to the 27. He said it was 27 levels. And so I went up and got to the top. And I was like, oh gosh, I made it. I couldn't believe I made it. So I go in there and I get to the top. And then everybody is going around. It's almost like we were getting prepared to go out somewhere. Go to a party of some sort. I'm not sure. But one area I go to, there was one door I went inside of, and it was like an animal in there. I can't remember what the animal was. And I leave up out of there. I go in another door, and everybody is getting ready. Like they're searching for their makeup. They're getting the makeup. They're getting my bag for being unpacked. I got to put my shoes. I had boxes of shoes and everything up. Like we were getting prepared to go out somewhere. Finding what I was gonna wear. I was looking for somebody, one of the makeup artists to do my makeup. We were going out. I don't know where we were going, but we were going out. So anyway, I finally found the makeup and everything that matched. And at this point, I had taken so long finding my clothes and getting ready and everything. I couldn't, it was only like about 4 or 5 of us that were left. And everybody else had got on the bus. They were getting ready to leave. And I couldn't find shoes. So I was looking for at first I was going to put on one pair of shoes. I was like, no. I was looking for my heels. I found some clear heels, boots. And then I found some black boots. And it's weird because they was like Adrian Benedini black boots. They were cute too. So anyway, I had to do my own makeup, everything. I had to do it real fast because we were going out. And then they was like, has the bus left? I was like, no, I haven't seen the bus leave. And then finally we saw the bus. I saw the bus coming around. I was like, there's the bus. So we ran out and the bus stopped for us and we was able to get on the bus. Now, when I get on the bus turned into a whole different situation. It was like I was outside on this boardwalk, but it was almost like it was a lot of people, and it was, kind of fun. I run into someone that I know from high school. She's a performer now. She's an entertainer. She's famous. I don't want to bring up the name because it'll be a distraction. But she's come into my dreams before, and that's why I know you can recognize vibrational signals and the soul energy of people crying out if you tapped into it. And so I ran into her, and she was singing, and I saw her, and we connected. She was like, oh, and we connected, and I started singing with her. This song, I can't even recall the song at all. And I was like, girl, I can't sing. She was like, that's okay. So she was singing. And we're walking. Now, while we were dancing and kind of frolicking down the boardwalk, all these flowers, I started to see all these different flowers and everything. And we had stopped, and it was like this little creature, spider thing crawled on her leg. And she, what is that? And she shook it off. And then I looked over to the right, and it's like she had taken me to this area of some more flowers. But there was this masculine energy man that was there, and he was there to tell me some things. And so with these flowers, I saw these flowers, and I was like, oh, they're so pretty. And then it kind of caught my attention, and that's when he said, and I said, oh, they're so pretty. I love, it was like somebody, I love seeing these. And he said, yeah, you don't see. You think you see, but you don't see. You hear. And I was like, I hear. He was like, yeah. He was like, you hear. And so after that, I woke up. Now, I don't know if you all do this, but when I wake up, I don't jump up. I still lay in the bed. I still keep my eyes closed, even though my body has, I give myself time to come back. together. Of course, you know, my consciousness has been gone into other realms, and my body has been here, supposedly, in this reality. So I give myself time to, you know, come back, drop back down. And then I'll lay there. And then I start to just go over my dream in my head. And one of the things that continued to play out was the fact that he said, you don't see, you hear. And being that I've been pondering over the vibrations and the light waves and the sound waves, I just laid there thinking about that. And that's when it came to me. It's like, you hear the energy of the souls. You hear the energy of the souls. And it's not really like the sound that you hear, but what you hear is that vibration. You hear the frequency, and you can interpret that frequency of what's going on. And that's why you can go to realms of those who have transitioned in this reality and connect with them there. It's not that you see, because you don't need to see, but you hear, you feel the vibration signals. Those vibrational signals are ones that you are able to communicate with, and you can interpret. And that's why you are able to do telepathy. Telepathy comes to you even in this reality as well as there, because it's just these vibrational signals that you are interpreting, that you can feel, that you know you're picking up on the vibration. And so I'm still going deeper into oscillations, vibrations, frequencies, of connecting all of that to, you know, my existence, which, you know, I hope you all are doing as well. You know, what are your origins? What are your reasons for being here? How do you connect in different states? Are you able to go into trance? And that was another thing that came to me, even going into trance, going into the dream state, which to me is a transcendental state. You're going into Aset. You're going into the deep waters. That's why sometimes some of us dream about a lot of water. We're going deep into our subconscious mind. We're going into the depths of the consciousness, of the all consciousness, because sometimes it's not even just our consciousness, it's the collective consciousness. And that's why sometimes some dreams don't make sense, because we're receiving these vibrations, these vibrational signals that you have to learn how to telepathically connect, and it will play itself out into being a projection, because that's some of what we're used to doing here, is projecting out visually. But if you tap into those vibrational signals of what's being said, you receive more of the message of what's going on. And it's really good to do that in the medium state, in between when you first wake up and when you're still a little asleep, but you're just laying in the bed. And that's why I do that when I first wake up. And so we go deep into our set, those deep waters of the subconscious, of the all, of the mind, those depths. And then we receive information and the wisdom of Tahuti. And then we also, with the vibrational signals, those wavelengths, we're getting the math of it all. We're getting Ma'at. We're getting, you know, the balance. We're getting Ma'at. We're getting math. Reason being that there are I don't know if you all can hear that. It's like this steel sound that's going on in the air right But there are, I feel, people who know how to interpret vibrational signals. They know when these vibrational signals are being put out on either side. They know that there are people who can pick up on the math. They know there are people who can go into these deep waters and receive information and able to interpret that information. I'm getting to the point where, yes, I want to get to the main, because like I said, it was 27 steps. That was 27 steps I had to go up into, right? So there are numbers, there's math that's connected with this wisdom. There's this math that's connected with Tahuti, the Ma'at and Tahuti, when you're in this transcendental state. And so, yeah, that was my dream, also a bit of my revelation, or what I've been pondering as I work on just understanding all of what is in this existence for the collective. And so if any of this resonates with you, if any of this is like, hey, something connected with me, with what I said, my dream, or anything, feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to reach out to me, the Blackfoot Witch, on Instagram, the Blackfoot Witch at Gmail. I'm just working on putting pieces together, and I think we all are pieces. We all are, consciousness. We all are vibrational signals. And we have that vibration that is creating, that goes into that frequency and those oscillations. Like when you go in, you're able to actually read these things, interpret these things. You'll realize there's sound, but the sound is not relevant. Just like in my dreams, sound, there's no sound. I don't wake up and be like, oh, it was loud in that dream. They playing the music out loud in the dream. Oh, why was she yelling at me? And I just went back and reviewed it. I'm just like, I'm not hearing sound. I'm interpreting vibrational signals from people. It's a telepathic communication that's going on. What is that? And that's really what's all going on here in this reality. Is just being projected into a much denser, lower frequency form. So yeah, that was my travels. Also my revelations and a little bit of information as I try to connect things together. So if you want to help with the connection, feel free to reach out. Have a great day. Peace, high frequencies.